Good morning once again. So,
పడుతుందా అది ఎక్కడేమన్నా లేదా
so yesterday I installed Oracle database. So I'll show you. Screen is visible, right?
Yeah.
So if I want to add, if I want to create one database, it is downloading. SQL database download. Give me it's running. Server is running. So to create manually, so take any name. So I'll take Tex Academy. As my username is SYS, and I'll change role into SYSDBA. It's a developer thing, and X is you'll come to know one by one. Okay. I'll just create one. This is status is success because username and password are matches, and then we are connected to this database right now. So then
Okay.
after connect this database, we will will it will show different type of schemas. You it's actually the networks. Yeah, it's showing some tables, right? Tables, views, indexes, packages. These are the more important features, functions, operators. So now I can just create one table right now. Oh, list. So employee having before serial number, which is number. I'll just show you how to please create how to create this employee ID. So there is some commands. Create table. That so while creating the table, we have to create one table. So with the different type of characters, if you take the name, so name is a character. So at the time we are using the varchar with the characters up to the 250. So whether you are using the name, so we'll take up to the 20 or 30.
Mm.
It's our main. Like I'll show you create table. So I'm taking the employee list
Mm.
with the in this employee list, so I'll open the open braces. So player, this is serial number first. I am taking the serial number. So whether you take the employee like without like just take the one player as employee. I'll show you player. So player ID. Player ID is integer. So player ID, instance whether they are using the 5 digits or 10 digits up to the mark, it is represent one int. So player has name, first name, sorry, first name, and varchar. Use varchar. We'll know the fundamentals. I'll just show you the how the table is created from the database.
Okay.
So varchar, this is also character. So that's why we are using the varchar again. 255 up to the 255 characters it will take. Then the player is up to the which sports. Um, so this is also character whether football, volleyball. It depends on. So varchar also I will take 155. So then what I need to do, just I'll what is this? This is clear. So I'll clear just create one table. There is some much problem. Create table player. Okay. Here is starting the first line command, which its name is already used existing. So that's why it is not taken. Okay. So table players is created.
Okay.
Okay, so after the creation of the table, we can also search in the tables. So we can't find. So that's why just we are using the filters here. So use these filters. Enter the players. Okay. So you will find the table here. Okay. So we are using the table in the table. So while creating this, create the table. Name is player. So player having the ID that is a integer number, and first name is varchar. We are taking up to the 255. Last name also 255 characteristics, and sports. Which he is belongs to. Hmm. So then we add the table inside the table values. See here, we'll go to the first clear this. Mm, we are inserting the data into the table. So that's why we are using the intern into players. Player first is a player ID. Okay.
Okay.
So in the player ID, while we are adding this intern insert into the players, so we have to write this all variables like we are taking the player ID first as it is, and first name, and then last name. It should be same as above mentioned. It's already declared. Sport. Just close this and then open with the values. values we are adding, insert into the table. That is, player number is 1, and the name you take Rohit, double quotes. So we are using the characters. So if you are using the int like integers, you just without need any quotations. So
Okay.
whether you use single quotations or double quotations, it's up to you. So characters we must with the dot like quotations, single quotations.
Okay.
And this is the first name of player ID, int 1, and first name is Rohit. Second name is, take any name which you have, like Narayan. Narayan. Next, sports name. So what is sports name? Take football. Close it. Close it and add semicolon. So then you'll just need to like just click on this. There is some before the missing is invalid option. It is showing insert. Okay, into the player. Error is missing is or invalid option. Where it is? Error wrong here. To player ID. Okay, I will check once. First name, last name, sport. Insert into players. We'll add one more. Mhm. Players we are taking insert into the players. We are taking the player ID, first name and last name. Sport, they are taking on the values. It's working or not? Okay, I'll check once. Column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. Okay, we'll move to the basics before we are entering into this. So it's like I'm also like creating this table right now. So after this, so there is some drawback here. Maybe the installation. Okay, sports is also done. We'll try once, then we'll go to the basics. INPC. insert into player players. So open bracket, player ID. So just copy it and paste it, whatever. And sports, close. Then again we are taking the values to be inserted in the tables. Take one by one. One, take Rohan. Next, last name is Rana. Next one is football. Then again, just keep one semicolon. The response is not coming. Players, okay. List. We'll try another thing. Okay, players list. Insert into players list. Reported missing or invalid option. We'll check into the filters. Players list. It is also created. So while insert into the table, it will be showing some error. So why it is showing? Then I'll get back. So we are just going to the next topic, like basics. From the basics we learn, then we are able to like um, do the things, the queries which here mentioned. So we'll able to learn. So based on that, I'll give one basic example. So we already know what is the data also, right? So in the data, we are in the Facebook, we have different type of like register and login forms are there. So while entering into the form, we write the names. Go to the FB. So take FB register page, sign up page. We have to create one account. So before that, we have to enter these first name and surname. These are the characters. These are the characters. So we are enter only. It will take only the characters. So without the numbers, so it won't take the numbers. So after sign up, it will showing some error, but it is not correct. So we are taking like first name is one character, like whether I'll take Rohan, and this is one name, the surname which they have, and the mobile number we are entered here, or else email ID. So date of birth. So based on the date of birth is consist of the both number, this is a string, this is a character, or else it will take one number, this is also one number. So these are the attributes completely. So attributes of the whether the one person having one color. So see, whether you are taking one water, so it will take one water bottle. So water bottle having color, it is specific height and also capacity. So you take in the sir, we are using the different type of application in this logic, like in the database we are using the different type of applications. So if you are taking the water, so this is one object you will take. So this object is having this type of properties. One is color, one is height, one is the capacity. So we are giving the color, like this is the color. We are writing it like it is a blue or green. So based on the property, this is a string, right? So after we are writing the height, height take height is 20 centimeters. 20 centimeters directly, it is not a string completely. And capacity which I take 500 ml, 500 ml directly. These are the attributes of the water. So if you take in the in the technical way what we are declare, these are the water attributes. So water is water bottle, like a water bottle is a entity. What is mean by entity? Do you have any idea?
Entities in the
Entity.
business is this business as per management side.
Okay, okay. So entity.
Entity sometimes it is also an object or which has don't life or independent existence.
Yeah, which is independent existence. So it's a single, like.
Singular without life.
Yeah. So database. So this is completely about the properties of attributes. So this is the first basic thing we learn from the starting of SQL. And second one is to take one example. It's a type database things, data properties and attributes. Second one is second property. So database, take the database. So database is nothing but it is a place or a medium in which we store the data in a systematic and organized manner. So that is mean by the database. So if you are write it down, or else you can take one screenshot after this. I'll just writing the database is a place or a medium in which we store the data in a systematic and organized manner. So that is meant by the database. So take one name like that is student. Student, if you are presenting the student, so you have to present that in the PPT. If you take one PPT is in hard disk. PPT is in whether it is in a hard disk or else pen drive. So we are entered into the we are just upload into the database. Okay. So while uploading into the database, we have the basic operation that is performed in the database. In the technical terms, we just mention it as create or insert, and second one is, so I'll just giving some example. So if your student have taken the PPT, so if he is upload into the whether he take the hard disk or pen drive, so when he is upload into the database, so it will be converted into the basic operation is performed in the database. So like this way. So first is create or insert. Second one is read or retrieve. Third one is update or modify. Fourth one is delete or drop. So these are the basic operation. So if this operation we are also mentioned as a CRUD operations. CRUD operations. So if in the interviews if they are asking what are the CRUD operation, so we just look into it. Then we have to answer from the starting to ending. Like the CRUD operations are four, which are create or insert. Second one is read and retrieve. Third one is update and modify. Fourth one is delete and drop. So after the database, so we are learning the common properties, that is the data. So we are taking the properties and attributes. Second one is database. Third one is relational. So database management system. Take database management system, that is DBMS, database management system. So what is mean by database management system is defined as it is a software which is used to maintain and manage the database. It is a software which is need to maintain and manage the database. So that is mean by the database management system, and it is also is security and authentication are the two important feature that DBMS provide. So DBMS what it provide security and authorization. So security we are all are know. So you take in your bank account having the sub one customer ID and also password. So if you are entered into the password, then only the database can able to access your account. Then only it is showing the database like it is showing the UI. So what is mean by authorization? So authorization is nothing but, can you spell about authorization? What is authorization? So we are giving some information. So server will sending the information to the database. So database can be able to know it is a user. He is a part of this organization or else customer. So So these are the valid information like that the database can be able to know. So in the practical terms, we'll say we are going into the any company, so they are giving some yeah, you are getting some IDs. So by authorization of IDs, you are entered into the office. So that is what it is a database also like that only. So we use the query language to communicate or interact with the DBMS. So DBMS having the query language only, it will be only we are using the query language that is SQL to communicate or interact with DBMS. Second one is DBMS is store data in the form of files. So I'll take one example. See, just you screenshot it if it is needed.
I am noting down.
Yeah, okay, no problem. See here, this is a one database, it is a one UI. So I'll inspect it. This is a code which the UI is representing. So I'll just show you what it is. Okay. See, I have to change this uh, blue color, blue color into red color. The button. So it is changing, right? Because the code is completely, it is in the form of document. It is completely document file. HTML. We are create this UI page with the HTML. So like that, the database is only store the data in the form of files. So we'll take XML file and the file also different like JSON file, HTML file. So that is converted into the files. DBMS only. If we get the data from the DBMS, it is stored in the form of files. So that is the one case. I'll explain with the HTML example. So then the fourth one is DBMS already completed. Next RDBMS, Relational Database Management System. So the difference of DBMS will know about this. So it is a type of DBMS software only. So in which we store the data, and we use SQL to communicate or interact with RDBMS. See, what is this DBMS? It is a software, so which is need to maintain and manage the database. DBMS is the one of the software, but RDBMS is we are store the data, and we are using the SQL like query language to communicate or interact with the RDBMS. So RDBMS also store the data, but in the form of tables. Okay, understand? So DBMS is stored with the in the form of files. So RDBMS is the store the data in the form of tables. So that is only the difference. So it is a software we are maintained and maintain and like manage within the database, but it is a server, like it is a communication, RDBMS is you can communicate with that. So it is in the form of tables in the sense, whatever you are using in the Oracle, that is the DBMS. Okay. So the query language also we are using to communicate the DBMS. So but it is stored in the form of files. So after we are creating one query with the query language, so it will be converted into tables. So the tables we are just saw here from last Oracle software. So that is the main things which we have to know about the properties. Means it's a structure query language actually. What I mean to say, SQL structure query language. So we have to know the data before that, the properties and attributes. So properties and attributes means properties which can show the what it is, like whether it is a man or woman. So whatever the first name, last name, the properties which are and we are just showing in the forms, that are the properties. So creating the account, or else if you are creating one account from any banking sector. So if I open one account, so they have some like mentioned in the first name, last name. So with the proper information of their Aadhaar cards, PAN cards, and that is a complete things which we have to separate in the form of in int, like integers, and also the strings are in the different way. So then only we are when we are writing the queries, so we know what the property it is. So that is a more important. So that's why I just started with the this example with the water bottle. So it is having the color, so we are mentioned like it is a string. Weight we mentioned the 20 centimeters, and capacity 500 ml. So it is only the string. The remainings are uh, like there is some numbers like integers and also characters both. So database is a place which can systematic and organized manner. So if they are asking some basic questions, if you are having any like any experience, like 2 or 3 years of experience, so that is they are not directly go to the projects. So which project you are going, you are like worked. It is some peoples are asked about the basic things. If you do not having the basic things, they won't like accept as a database engineer. So we have to know particularly, so what is the data. So actually data is some collection of the information, and what is the database. Database is we can store the information in the systematic and organized manner. That is also one. And the next one is a CRUD operations. So what are the CRUD operations here? So create, read, update, and delete. So you can also say the create, insert, and read, retrieve, update, modify, and delete, drop. So coming to the RDBMS, so some companies they are asking the basic questions: what is RDBMS and what is the DBMS? So can you tell the difference of both? So that's why 12. Um, so that's why we have to know about these two things. So come to the relational database model. So relational model. So in the relational model, we can store the data in the form of tables. We already just declared here. But so it table. So what is the table actually? So table. What is table? Table also having one definition. So can you please tell the definition of the table if you know? So
Information arranged in rows and columns.
yeah, that is a thing which are like it's a good way to explain. But we had to add one more. It is a logical organization of data which consists of columns and rows. So that are the things like it is a definition of the table.
Okay.
So take one table. I'll show in the Excel. So tools we have to know. So whether you are going in the field of financial basis, so the if you are choosing any sector like SAP also on product. So they are using both Excel. Excel also there are some organizations are using while you are going into the organization. So they are giving some assignments. So whether you are like familiar with that or not. So first of all, Excel. So we have rows and columns. So these are the rows. These are the columns, right? So columns having the attributes and also different fields. So are the records. Rows are the records and also tuples. So I'll say one. Just I'll add one example. Employee. Someone someone is adding. Give me 1 minute. Are you there? Hello.
I'm there. My system power cut, so I connected through mobile phone.
Yeah, okay, no problem. So I'm taking one example. Employee having the employee is one entity. Will take in entity in queue identity. So is this is a entity. EID employee ID employee ID employee name and then employee salary. So I'm taking the three of them in one row. So column will take one, employee ID 2, and employee ID 3. Name you can write Smith, 1000, 10,000, take 10,000 or 10, it's whatever. Take one example actually. Allen having this salary, clerk, one name. So he's also having one salary. So if we are creating one employee, create table with the employee and with the open brackets we are writing the EID. EID, this is the integer and this is the E name, employee name, and salary we are enter like it is a integer value. So integer, and also it will see if we are taking some points, it's a decimal also coming into the picture. So take if we are the data entered into the cell, it is a must be always single. So if you are enter the data two numbers, while you are inserting into the table, if you are writing the two numbers with the commas, it won't accept. It is only we have to give the single values. Okay. With the particular salary. And alternate like if you take according to the EFCODD. So I'll share with you. mm, the multiple, so we are having the store the data in the multiple tables. So if we need, we can establish the connection between the tables with the help of key attributes. So what are the key attributes? Then let's learn key attributes. So take the employee salary. We are taking the employee salary, and RDBMS. So entity is nothing but this is entity, and we are using the three tables. So it is a valid point. I'll mention the relational data table having the entity. We are storing the single value, the data entered into the table, entered into a cell. Sorry, cell must be single value data. So we are taking an example like this. So we are only using this. So we're not entered two values in the one cell. And this is the first one point in the tables. Second one is in RDBMS, in relational database management system, we store everything in the form of, yeah, so everything in the form of table tables including metadata. So do you know what is metadata? So example of the metadata, I'll take metadata. So metadata is details about the about a data in which as a metadata. So take one example like the details. I'll give one example. So what is that? That is example is photo. If you take one photo, if you upload it with the name of that .jpg, so that is one metadata. Hmm? So we are stored in the form of files and also including the tables with the metadata. If you are entering to the salary, if you upload a photo within the jpj format, so smith.jpg, so this is a metadata file. And I'll definite this, the details about a data is known as metadata. So that is a this is one example. I'll take in the format of jpg. Okay. Next one, this is the second one. And third point is in the relational model. We have the, we are mentioned the table inside. We are what are the like properties which are we follow. So we are just taking the single value in the cell. And second point is to store the data in the form of tables, from tables including metadata. So and third one is the data entered into the table can be validating validated in two steps. First, how to pass the data, how to enter the data in validating into the table, that is by assigning data types, and second one is by assigning constraints. So this is the second one. So where it is, data types are the mandatory things. So data types is nothing but so data having which property, like it is the int, char, or whatever the properties for the name or id. So that is mean by the data types. So whereas constraints are optional, whether you can use the optional or not, that is up to us. So data type. So what are the data types? So we'll know uh, about first. I'll just give the definition. Data types. It is used to specify or determine the type of data that will be stored in a particular memory location. That is the data. So I'll give one example. See, actually, when we are sign up or sign in page, so we are giving a username and password. Username is must be either email or mobile. So some, if you are using the it based on the dashboard only. So if you take one Flipkart, so if you are enter into the Flipkart dashboard, so we can use the either OTP, either mobile number, and also by using the email we can enter into the dashboard. So the data types which they are we are taking into the particular field, that is the data type. So data type is used to specify. So why we are using the data type, that is we have to know, specify or determine the type of data that will be stored stored in a particular memory location. So take C and C language. So if you're writing any value to the particular variable, so we should declare with the int, char. It depends on the variable. So like same, the database is we are already discussed earlier. So in data type is completely having the language of Fortran, and the combination of mm, the Fortran language, they are developed the database completely. So it is also having the like we are using the particular things only the database recognize, so particular entity, like we are taking the query language, so that that language only we can communicate with the database. Otherwise it is can't, like it is showing some errors. So it is a predefined things which we are saying about the data types. So data types in SQL. So what are the data types in SQL? Do you have an idea?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I'll say char. Second one is var char. are varchar 2, third one is date, fourth one is number, and fifth one is large objects. So large objects, in the large objects we have two types. We have two types in the large objects, that are character large object, character large object, and second one is large object. So see here, data types in SQL: char. First one, how many types? There are five types: char, var, date, number, and large objects. And note it down, one small thing. SQL is not a case sensitive. Do you know what is case sensitive?
Yeah, we can use it in either uppercase or lowercase.
Great. So that is up to us. So we can able to use in the database. So based on the capital letters, small letters, the database can be recognized. Yeah, it's a completely we are just discussed once. So what we are learned from the beginning. This is the SQL, learn the properties, and the second one is the database. So data also, it is in the database only. So we have to write like data is an row factor, distributed attribute and entity. So and then we are coming into the next CRUD operations. So after that, DBMS, then RDBMS is stored in the form of files. It is interacting with the database by using the, both are using the query language only. They store the data in the form of tables. In the relational database management table, we have to use the consider things which are to maintain the, like we have to insert in the enter in the single value, and the second one, the metadata, also you can use in the tables. So what is metadata? The details about the data. So based on the information, like you will take the resolution is 200 into 200, is 200 into 300, like that. That is also metadata. And the data is entered into the table. It's validated in the two steps. One is data types. Second one is the constraints. Data types are the main things we have to enter. Like constraints are optional. And coming to the data types having the specify or determine the type of data which will be stored in a particular memory location. So these are based on this. We have divided into the five. So char, var, char2, date, number, large subjects. So I'll come to know uh, these, like what is char and why we are, how to use this char, and how to use the var. So complete explanation in the next class with the examples. Okay.
Okay.
So before that, the complete SQL course in 1 month, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 month. So in this 1 month, we'll know about complete the like the fundamentals with the practical examples. So we are already having the database. We are already in the database. If you are know the concepts, then only we can apply that. So we don't know things. Okay, we will meet in the next class.
Okay.
Thank you. Do you have any doubts?
No, no, no. I'm good.
Yeah, okay. Bye.
Yeah, bye.